Hi everyone, welcome to the CD Cave. I'm Jack Burial. In this episode today, I'll be doing my top 10 underrated albums, part 2. Originally, in an earlier video, I did my top 10 underrated albums, and that was a few weeks ago now. And since then, I've been thinking about other albums that I could have put on there too. So I decided it had good reviews and that. So I decided, well, I'm going to do a part 2 because there's a few other albums that I find are underrated. So before we get into that, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. So to get started, the first CD I chose is Aha, Burning High and Low. This band is often known as a one-hit wonder from the song Take Me On. It was a very popular video. But every song on here is really, really good. A really underrated album. Train of Thought is really good. Hunting High and Low, the title track. Blue Sky. The Sun Always Shines on TV. Love is a Reason. I Dream Myself Alive. Here I Stand and Face the Rain. It's a great underrated album. Even their other albums, I think they have another 3 albums, and they're also great. Really, really great stuff here. Really worth checking out if you're only familiar with the one song, Take Me On. Next, I went with one of my favorite artists, Elton John, Blue Moves. This being a double album, kind of like Yellow Brick Road, kind of like almost like a part 2 to it, but not nearly as popular. But this has a lot of great songs too on this. Tonight is really, really good. One Horse Town is a great song. Cage of Songbird is really good. And of course, the hit, Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word, was the hit off this. But this album just doesn't get enough love. I find that it's a great album, and especially like for double albums, there's usually a lot of fillers on them. Yet not as good as Yellow Brick Road, but still an overlooked album by Elton John. Next, I decided to go with Striper Against the Law. This being their 5th studio album, and this is great. Every song is great on this. Against the Law, Two-Time Woman, Rock the People, Shining Star, which is a remake from Earth, Wind and Fire, Lady, All for One, Rock the Hell Out of You is a really, really good song. Although this album, not in the gospel sense with the lyrics and that, like their other albums, but still, it's a great album. I don't think they even play any of these songs live, but really worth checking out. Striper Against the Law. Next, Nazareth, Catch, another one of my favorite bands. Well overlooked album, this one here. Party Down is a good song, a really boogie song. Ruby Tuesday, the Rolling Stones remake, they do a really good job at it. Moon Dance is good. Love of Freedom is a great song. My favorite song on this month's Messiah. It's classic Nazareth sound. Sweetheart Tree is really good, and Road to Nowhere finishes off the album is really, really good. This is a great overlooked Nazareth album. Worth checking out. The Catch. Next, I went with Rush, Caress of Steel, another great album. Unfortunately, this one caught in between Fly By Night and 2112. It didn't get a lot of attention, but it's a great, great album. Very progressive album. Bastille Day had some airplay on this. A bit of Lakeside Park. But the rest of the album, The Foundation of Lameth, is great. The Necromancer. This is a great, great Rush album. Early Rush album. Very overlooked. Next, I went with Barry Gibb, Into the Now, his last release, solo release. This is a great album. In the Now is awesome. My favorite song, Grand Illusion, is awesome on this. Star-Crossed Lovers is good. Blowing the Fuse is also good. Meaning of the Word. Shadows is an awesome song. This album here, his writing on this album is just as good as anything else he's written with his 2 brothers, or for the Bee Gees. Yeah, this is an album worth checking out by Barry Gibb. Next, I went with Alice Cooper, Dada. A lot of people don't like Alice Cooper's 80s albums. Uh, I kind of do. I like all his eras. Uh, but this is a little strange album for him. It's a little gothic, but I love this album. Dada is a great opener. Enough's Enough. Farmer Leaf Farmer is good. No Man's Land, Hysteria. Yeah, I Love America, Flesh Blood. This is a good Alice Cooper album. It's not well liked by a lot of his fans, but I still like his 80s stuff. This is worth checking out. So it's a little hard to find. It can be a little pricey, but worth checking out. Next, I went with Deep Purple Burn. Another great album. The song Burn itself is worth the CD alone. But this being a bit more bluesy type rock than what they were known for before. And most Deep Purple fans tend to go back to the Mark II lineup. And so this album here, and Come Taste the Band, and that kind of gets overlooked often, but this is a great album. You Fool No One, Sail Away, Lay Down, Stay Down, What's Going On Here, Mistreated. Yeah, this is worth checking out with David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes on this Burn. Great overlooked album. Next, I went with Chinese Democracy by Guns N' Roses. This too is a good album. When I first got this album, it took me a few listens, but over the years, it's gotten better for me, and I think it has for a lot of the fans too. I think this album took like 10 or 12 years to make, but it ends up, I find it's a good album and it's overlooked compared to, like their Illusions album or Appetite for Destruction. But the title track is great. Better, Suite of Dreams in a Whirl, There Was a Time, Catcher in the Rye, Scrapped, Sorry, Madagascar. This is worth checking out. And especially if you're a Guns N' Roses fan and you just never bothered listening to this album, it's worth a listen. It definitely grows on you. Well overlooked album. And for my last one for top 10 would be Tusk by Fleetwood Mac. Coming after Rumors. Kind of hard to do another Rumors album, but this was overlooked. There's some good songs on here. Of course, another double album, so it gets overlooked a lot, but Over and Over is a great song. Think About Me. Sarah was a really big hit off this. Storms is great. Sisters of the Moon. Brown Eyes is great. Beautiful Child is a great song. And Tusk is also, an instrumental is also a good song. Yeah, this is an overlooked Fleetwood Mac album, but very underrated. So that's it for this episode, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care of yourselves.